Hello stalkers, welcome back. So finally a green day in both the markets, especially in ADX. Let's start analyzing DFM market index first. I'm on the daily chart. Today we are seeing a decisive green candle. Market today broke first immediate resistance, that is 5,896 points. Our next identified support was right here at 5,822, but with this decisive candle close, the good news is correction is most likely over. From here we should be seeing more upside momentum. And if you ask about the next target, we will focus at this swing high, that is 6,096 points. Once this is taken out, we have major hurdle at 6,205. Obviously on the way up we have resistance areas, that is 5,958 and 6,023 points. Now let me also share the bad news. I will go down to 30 minutes time frame. Here we can see market has very nicely rebounded from this area. Let me highlight it, that is 5,857 points. Market went up, came down a bit to revisit the same support zone that was previously a resistance. Definitely market is taking a good bounce. It went up as well, almost all in decisive candle. We are seeing market became a bit sluggish after the breakout. Check out the candles at the time of opening. We could see solid decisive green candles. Once it retested the zone after the breakout, we are seeing wicks at the top clearly indicating there is rejection. So the bad news that I was mentioning is there are chances market can come back to revisit any of this minor support area that stands between 5,868 and 5,881 points. These are the support zones. If at all it dips here, it should not be considered bearish till the time our zone is defended, that is 5,857. That was today's low. Once this retest is done successfully, then we should see aggressive momentum to the upside. This will be the perfect scenario once market finishes its correction phase. When it wants to go up, it will be very aggressive because it is resuming its previous trend that was clearly a bull trend. Let me go up to the daily chart. Here we can see market was just flying up like crazy. Stocks were on fire. They were just climbing up and we made good money on the way up. This was the painful time, I must say, right from this date onwards, that is 28th of July, till yesterday, that is 19th of November. So this was really painful for everyone. Stocks bleeded, stop loss triggered, and yes, portfolios were also red. But this will be the time. Now market has started to show some strength. We will see good recovery and our portfolio will be back to normal, or I can say it will be in green at least. So plan of action is very simple. Select the stocks that got beating aggressively and now they are reversing so that you can buy and hold them. This is a very good bullish candle that we saw today. From here I would not like to see a breakdown. If at all this happens, then we are in big trouble. Then there are chances we may even go below this zone. But the price action in the lower time frame, as I just mentioned and as I just showed you, it's looking very bullish. There are chances we may continue going up provided there is a minor dip tomorrow, or it can even print a pause candle somewhat like this over here, and then we may see a continuation to the upside. In both the scenarios it is bullish. ADX market also printed a decisive green candle. Check this out. This is a nice bullish candle. Closing is at 9,885. Yes, still below 10,000 points, which is a bit far. We have to climb up slowly and steadily. On the way up, we have resistance at 9,929 points. Once this is taken out, obviously we have this major hurdle, and then we are focusing at 10,246 points. That is next swing high or resistance area. Obviously the major swing high stands at around 10,360 points. Once this zone is taken out, we will be targeting this resistance. Same scenario. Good news is correction seems like it's over. Bad news is yes, ADX market can still dip a bit lower, not going below the low that it made yesterday, that was at 9,842 points. From here, if at all it dips down a bit and then moves up, it will be aggressive because it will resume the trend that was previously in play. Clearly market was going up aggressively. This was the correction phase right from 29th of July onwards, we saw a drop. This is where stock started to bleed. So if I go down to lower time frame to show you today's price action, check this out. Nice aggressive momentum right from the beginning. Market went up, and exactly the same scenario the way DFM reacted. This is quite normal because after aggressive drop to the downside, when market tries to go up, sellers try to book in the profit or exit, thinking that this is just a push to the upside and it will not go up. So better to exit and come out of whatever profit or losses we have. So this is the clear-cut scenario of rejection. That's the reason I have been mentioning there are chances we may dip a bit, maybe 9,858. This is a good support zone. Even this area, that is immediate support at 9,870 points. These are minor support areas. I hope ADX market will not go below the lowest point that it made today, that was at 9,841. This price action is indicating that correction is most likely over and now we are heading north. So please select your stocks very carefully, take advantage of this. Definitely during this downfall, many of the stocks dropped aggressively, which made our portfolio bleed. This is the daily chart of Presight. Many ADX stocks today performed very well when I compare it with DFM market. We even saw limit up in Ishraq. Presight is also showing good strength. Today it opened with a nice gap up and it has continued its momentum. Candle closing is very decisive. It has bounced up from our support area that has been already marked for you, that is 2.63 area. Check this out. Previously this zone was important resistance. After the breakout, it is coming down to revisit the same area after so many months. Definitely buyers got activated today thanks to the positivity that is coming back in the market. We also saw its effect in USA market, which is giving us a domino effect. No doubt today's momentum is very bullish. This is a decisive green candle. Yes, there are chances even Presight can come a bit lower tomorrow and then we see a nice upside momentum. Immediate resistance is at 3.17. If I go down to 15 minutes chart, here we can see profit booking has started already during the day. This was the lowest point that it made. From here it is making higher highs and higher lows. It is continuing upside momentum. The safest way as of now I can say is just draw this trend line on your chart. If at all you see a breakdown and a closing below this trend line, be rest assured that correction has started, but it will be not very deeper most likely. We have support at 2.94. If at all this holds, then be ready for another leg to the upside that will be more aggressive than this one that we saw from 2.63 onwards. Otherwise, if at all this support zone does not hold, then we have next stronger support at 2.80 area. If at all it comes down like this, then this should also be considered as buying opportunity. But still be very careful. Do not go in big quantities. Try and test the market. There are chances, if at all there is any negative news, market can still be affected. So any position should be planned with a stop loss. Tomorrow if it opens a big gap up somewhere about the zone that is 3.12, then I'm expecting a profit booking. It will try to correct itself because we already saw good buying in today's session. So if at all it opens with a gap up, those who bought at the lower zones will start booking profits. So be very careful. If at all it opens with a gap up, wait for a correction, wait for a pullback. We will see if at all there is any bullish candle with good volume at the support zone, then we will plan to buy it. Just to highlight the resistance zones again, I will go up to the daily chart. Once 3.17 is taken out, then we have a very strong resistance at 3.40, and then we are looking at the swing high that is at 3.84 and then all-time high at 4.10. Presight has a tendency of making aggressive moves. Previously also we saw when it wanted to climb up, we saw big green candles. Within just a few days itself it made a high. Although previously we saw all indecisive candles, it was coming down slowly, but whenever it climbs up, it goes up very aggressively. Hopefully this time as well we will see the same scenario. We want to see Presight again touching the highs above 4.00. So it's time to get back again in action. Market is rebounding. This is the time to select your stocks and ride the trend. For more detailed analysis, join my YouTube membership, scan the QR code, link is also provided in the description. Hit the like button if this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Keep stocking.